Were you really bullied, Sevan?
I'm sorry?
Were you really bullied in school?
To the kind where you won't believe me if I tell you.
No way.
Yeah. Like severely, like physically, like
What do you mean?
hitting,
Sevan.
pushing me into the toilet
Oh
and
my
locking me
goodness.
up. Oh, yeah, putting gum in my hair. Making fun of A to Z. And usually people could become sometimes depressed and suicidal. I took the other route. I became stronger and stronger and stronger. And the one person, her name is Mrs. Strong. That's my teacher.
Mrs. Strong?
Her name was Miss. I'm looking for her. I hope she's alive. Her name is Mrs. Strong from Cleveland High School. And as a matter of fact, one of the characters I said I couldn't use her real name. I named it Mrs. Stewart. And I said in the book, I think of her as Mrs. Strong
No.
in the book because I love her so much, because she saw how severely bullied I got at PE. I hope I don't get her in trouble because this is like 35 years later. But
You're not going to get her in trouble.
she said, Sevan, you're going to punch her face in, and I'm not going to see it and say that she ran into the wall. And one time in my life, I punched her. I guess the night before
Jennifer,
she got braces. I did not know. So she started bleeding. And then I felt bad.
Hold on a second. Mrs. Strong said, you're going to go punch her in the face and I'm going to pretend I didn't see it.
And then she goes, I saw you ran into the wall. So I love her for that.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a teacher.
That's it, because she said enough is enough. I
That's
mean,
a
she
teacher.
sees me constantly. They hit.
Right.
So, but I didn't know Jennifer had braces on the night before. She went to the dentist and with the rubber bands and everything. So when I punched her, she started. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And she goes, I'm bleeding. I'm like, oh
And your
dear
teachers-
Lord.
You know what I love about this whole story is your teacher said, I saw you. You ran into the
Yeah,
wall.
she said. I looked at her. She goes, you saw it? She goes, yes. He goes, I saw it. I saw you ran into the wall when you came around the corner. And I'm like,
I love that.
I love her for doing that. So she went and told the
But you
principal,
see-
and the teacher still said, no, she ran into the wall. She's blaming me.
Oh my gosh, she
So I didn't
defended
get
her.
in trouble. I didn't
But
get
this is what I'm talking about. Look at what she did. And all these years later, which is not that many, but still, you remember her.
Oh, yeah.
Because she
Yeah.
stood up for what was
Yeah.
right. And she stood up for you.
We're talking years of bullying. I took it a lot. This is not like 1 day, 2 day, 1 week.
Yeah.
Years and years, and she bullied and bullied and bullied, where even she said, Savan, you have to stand up for yourself. I was so scared. And
Aw.
it's not funny, but I told no one. My mom, my dad had enough problems, moving from one country. I'm not going
Yeah.
to go add more stress to them.
Mhm.
So I kept this all to myself, including my best friend. You want to know when my best friend found out? Of 40 years?
Hmm.
On the book signing day.
Oh my God.
I saw her in the audience. She was like, she couldn't believe it. She's my best friend. She had no idea I was getting that severely bullied. That's how much. And I used to go home, shut the door, and just put the comforter in my mouth so my mom can't hear me cry because I didn't want to stress her out.